I wanted to do an experiment to see how many stubs I'll make for exchanging silver players for a gold player, and I did this exchange 40 times, and I'll show you exactly how many stubs I make. This can be a pretty decent stub method most years in MLB The Show, but I actually have not tried this in MLB The Show 25 until now. And for those of you that don't like flipping cards on the market to make stubs, this could be a pretty good stub method that you really like. For more stub making videos, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. But let's go ahead and get right into this stub method. So before doing any of the exchanges, I started off with exactly 250,000 stubs, which I just wanted to point out before we actually go into the method here and show you guys how much I made. So in order to make stubs off of this stub method, it's important to know the process behind what I'm actually doing. So basically what I did was come into the gold player exchange, and I found the cheapest 79 overall card, and I found the cheapest 78 overall card. Now, you want to be putting in buy orders on everything, so you're saving some extra stubs. But basically, like I said, find the cheapest 79 overall, because you're going to need 3 of those, and you're going to need 178 overall. And these 4 cards will equal 1 gold player pack, and you can do this however many times you want. But basically, I was buying these 79 overalls, putting in buy orders for like about 190, and I was putting in buy now orders for the 78s for about 155. So spending about 725 stubs for each gold player pack. And depending on when you watch this video, the cost on cards could be different, so just keep that in mind. So let's go over what I got out of these 40 packs, and I won't show you guys every single one that I pulled just because, I don't want this to drag on for too long. So we'll cut some of these out, but I'll show you the majority of the pulls. Now, like I said before, I spent about 725 stubs for each of these gold player packs. Let's look at the quick sell value of all the gold cards though, right? So that's pretty important. So 725 stubs spent. The quick sell value on an 80 overall is 400. For an 81, it's 600. For an 82, it's 900. For an 83, it's 1,200 stubs. 84 is 1,500 stubs. So basically, there's a couple where it's, 84 and 83, it's automatic profit. Actually, 82 is as well. So 3 of the 5, it's automatic profit at the quick sell value of the card. And then 81 and 80, 600 and 400 stubs would obviously be a loss. However, keep in mind that a lot of these you guys should be putting sell orders in for, because likely you're going to be able to get more than this quick sell value if you put in sell orders at a higher number. So that's super important to know. That quick sell value amount is just literally the minimum amount of stubs you would be able to sell the card for. And once again, just because of its importance, I want to stress, not only should you be putting in, I would say for the majority of these cards you're pulling sell orders, so you're making more, but when you guys are doing the exchange, buying up cards to do the exchanges, 100% make sure you're putting in buy orders, because you're going to be spending significantly more if you're just outright buying, doing buy now for the cards, compared to if you're putting in buy orders and getting, those cards at a little bit of a discount. It's going to make this much more profitable. It might not really be very profitable at all if you're just buying now on the cards. So both of those things, very, very important to know. Keep those in mind and make sure you're doing those. But finishing up on these gold player exchange packs, just a few more left right here. I'll show you guys quickly, and then we will jump into how much we made off of these packs. We got a couple more left here, and yeah, I'll get into that and kind of just show you guys how much I spent versus how much I made. Show you guys whether I think it's worth it or not. Final one here, though, we're probably going to get, an 80 overall, I'm guessing. Rafael Devers, 81. But let's go ahead and get into what's next. Now, as you can see, we started off with exactly 250,000 stubs, and after selling off all the gold cards I got, we made about 5,600 stubs in profit. Now, I know 5,600 stubs is not a game-changing amount of stubs. However, it does seem like doing these exchanges a decent amount of times is kind of guaranteed profit. And if you guys follow exactly what I did and went over in the video, and if I stayed on this pace and did double the amount of exchanges, I would have gotten about 11,200 stubs. If I did triple the amount of the exchanges, I would have gotten about 17,000 stubs. So if you think about it this way, I think there's actually a ton of potential with this exchange stub method. Plus, it's not really that time consuming, because if you think about it, all you need to do is spam a bunch of buy orders for a couple silver cards, which I would absolutely recommend doing this on the companion app. You can do it so much quicker than on the game itself on your console. Then it doesn't take too long to actually do the exchanges, and you can just wait until later when all the buy orders go through to quickly do the exchanges and then see what you get, sell everything. And even though the stub method, might sound fairly tedious, I actually don't think it's as tedious as you might think. And something like quick flipping cards, which I do a good amount, is probably more tedious, I would say. So that is essentially everything I did and everything you need to know about this stub method. Now, if you guys have questions, please comment down below any of those and I'll try to get to every single one. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know. I hope this did help a little bit, or at least, if you were thinking about doing this, you help you made a decision whether you want to do this or not. But I appreciate you guys for sticking around to the end of this video and watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace.